So we had the CES unveiled. Hi.
Hello.
So who
Welcome.
are you?
Hi, my name is Robert DiLoretto, and I run the U.S. operations here for MicroEJ, based in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
So MicroEJ, is that an OS?
You can look at it as an OS. We also compare ourselves with Android. The big difference is that we're 1,000 times smaller than Android. What that means is, for a very, very small bill of material, even a $1 MPU, MCU, you're able to pack as many features on as many of the high-end Linux products. So our whole value proposition is helping design for cost, reduce bill of material, and design very, very quickly.
So it's an RTOS?
We run on top of an RTOS, so we are a complement to many of the RTOS, or all the RTOS that are out there, from Free to ThreadX to all the others.
So you're like a layer on top?
Yes, we are.
You're like an app store?
Now that's the highest layer. It's very interesting when you look at companies like Landis and Gear, smart meters, they make millions of meters. What we are doing for them, besides being
closer to the mic.
Besides being embedded into a smart meter, what we're providing is an app store, or the ability to write apps in Java, JavaScript, or even Python that are stored in a very secure marketplace, a branded marketplace by, say, Landis and Gear, and we're now able to, or they're able to give their customers the ability to download apps to affect the characterization and affect the feature set of the products. So this goes a long way to future-proofing some of these platforms. And I can draw the same analogy with major customers like Zebra printers. So they're looking at how can they extend the functionality and features through downloadable apps. So in summary, it's almost like creating and adapting products like this as a smartphone. As a smartphone revolutionized the apps marketplaces, we're starting to do that for some of these platforms with the smart meters and in the printer category.
So it's an app store for the IoT?
Correct, app store for the IoT.
And this is like totally new? Nobody does this? Nobody else is doing something like that?
That's it's very, very unique. And it's been interesting working with the customers, understand what their requirements were and assembling this overall ecosystem. So besides me drawing the analogy with Android and designing very quickly and bill of material reduction, we're able to really create an overall ecosystem, including the App Store, including the apps, and then connectivity to the cloud.
So if I look at the pictures right here, these devices, there's like a coffee machine. So how would the MicroEJ enable something special with this?
Fantastic question. Great question, because during the show upstairs, beginning on Tuesday, we're going to be featuring a next generation coffee maker. And what we did was we worked with a customer that wanted to understand all the connectivity capabilities that were possible within the coffee maker. So what we did was we replaced the graphical user interface to make it very, very intuitive, easy to use. We installed the camera, and we also installed intelligence so that you can talk through it through Alexa and say, brew Mom's cup of coffee. Mom's cup of coffee has a different grind cycle and a different overall temperature than if you said brew Robert's coffee. So they're looking at adapting coffee makers with added graphic user interfaces, cameras that intelligently know, well, when I say brew some coffee, it'll know that it's a carafe versus a 12-ounce mug, 8-ounce mug, and they're starting to collect that information in the cloud to have personalized behavior as far as usability.
That sounds awesome, but how is it for the coffee maker a good idea to use MicroEJ to get this done? What is it that you enable that makes it maybe easier or something?
Well, I think being able to design very, very quickly and design for cost. And I say that is everything is done on a virtual device. So on your PC, you're actually able to call up and look at, okay, what do we want the coffee maker to look like, the graphical user interface, how do we want it to behave, what are the connectivity options, and then what are some of the connectivity modules we may want to include, like a camera. So you're able to do that very, very quickly and come together as a team with design, graphics, engineering to make decisions very quickly, fast prototyping, and then go to market very, very fast.
Because at one point, Google was trying to do Android things, but it didn't really work out, right?
It did not work out. They repurposed Android things more towards smart speakers and larger products, not smart products on the edge. So they really couldn't fit on some of the smaller MCUs and MPUs. And again, that's the biggest difference here with MicroEJ, being able to leverage a $1 MCU all the way up to maybe the $15 range. And that's where we're starting to get some overlap with Android. So we're able to scale up and design very, very quickly.
So on Cortex M0 or on Cortex M4, what's the smallest one? M3,
Cortex
M4?
M0.
M0.
Yes.
So you get to the M0.
All the way up to the A7, Cortex A9. That's probably the highest end that we would need to work with.
How do you compare with like Zephyr, for example? They don't have an app store. They don't do this kind of.
No, I think they're more of a embedded design environment, more of an engineering centric. Very much, I think they take on projects. We take on programs. Meaning, when I talk about these customers, they're looking at scaling across all millions and millions of devices. So they're looking at building more of an ecosystem, which we can provide, and not just the design for embedded environments.
It's open source?
Yes, it is.
So, how long has it been around? I think I did a video with you 4 years ago, right?
Yeah,
so how long has it been happening?
Grown very, very quickly. We've been around for the last 8 years. Besides raising initial venture capital, we reinvested $30 million into R&D and already have 37 million powered by MicroEJ devices in the marketplace today.
37 million devices.
Yep.
All right. And all the chip makers are partnering with you, I guess?
From
all
ST,
the NXPs and everything?
Espressive, NXPs, ST, Sony. A lot of the wireless modules too, from Silicon Labs, Sierra Wireless, so all of the BLE Wi-Fi modules, we're also partnering with them to provide that level of connectivity.
Does it enable a lot of new startups?
It does, but we're really we're looking at startups within these global organizations, right? You look at like Atlantis and Gear again. I'll bring up Zebra printers. They're trying to reinvent themselves. So we're really creating a startup within some of the established enterprises. Our target market typically isn't just a small startup who wants to build product. It's really targeting organizations that have programs across millions and millions of devices.